DMV comedian Martin Amini. Good morning, sir.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Doing well, man. The pride of Silver Spring.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
In the building.
Dave Chappelle who?
Shout out to the Red Line.
Hell yeah, dude. Also, very exciting. You went to Walter Johnson, correct?
That's right. I went to WJ. We won't say how many years ago, but
No.
But I grew up in Silver Spring. Went to Kennedy for 2 years. Got in some trouble and then transferred to WJ.
Where's WJ? I'm sorry.
It's right down the street. It's right now in Old Georgetown, right?
That's right, Old Georgetown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our producer Eric, WJ graduate.
There.
Also.
Yeah.
I opened lunch, went to Popeyes on the Pike.
Hell yeah.
Montgomery,
Nice.
shout out to the Montgomery Mall Eatery.
Oh my! Well, Moco keeps changing
It
too. My
does.
God, the Pike, dude. It's an honor to have you here. I know you've been doing comedy for a minute,
Yep.
like over a decade, but the last couple of years, it feels like you've just blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's been really cool. Started here in 2012 in Washington D.C. and I'm on an international tour right now. We just did Australia, London, and it's been nonstop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad for a kid from Silver Spring.
Yeah,
Not bad.
down under.
Well, it's funny because we just had Joe Coy in last week or 2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago.
And I think it's people don't realize, I told this to him, but how big DC is to the comedy world. And Joe brought up he wanted to do DAR because Eddie Murphy did Delirious there.
Yeah.
So growing up, being a Maryland kid, is that kind of cool being like, this is kind of like an epicenter for comedy that gets a little bit overlooked, I feel like.
I think so. I think we have a rich history for comedy, and I was very lucky. Coming up, getting to open for a lot of cool people. I opened for my buddy Matt Rife at the Constitution Hall maybe 2 years ago for a special taping. That was exciting, and but yeah, there's a lot of great clubs, man. Shout out to the DC Improv, Arlington Draft House.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah,
Your
Draft
club,
House.
Room 808,
That's
not too
right.
bad.
Yeah.
Casual.
Opened up a club back in 2021 during the pandemic.
Yeah.
While I was living at my parents' house in Gaithersburg.
Okay.
Gaither
Shelby, I live in Gaithersburg by Kentland. Sos calls it Gaither-tucky because it's so far away from her, but it's lovely.
It's
really Gaithersburg is a great place to raise a family and kid. I mean, I didn't have a choice. I live with my parents, so I had to be there. But it was.
They decided that I would stay there.
We all remember the pandemic, tough times, trying to make it happen, and but yeah, we got a club in Petworth. It's going we're 5-year anniversary this year.
They're excited.
Wow,
Congrats.
it's crazy, and
Didn't it win an award for best DC comedy club?
Yes, we've been very fortunate. Getting a lot of support from the city. A lot of cool people come through. A lot of friends help support it. And Matt Rife pulls up a lot.
Nice.
We've had a lot of cool people.
Casual.
Well, how about your local friends, though? Because I own a bar in Clarendon. What I found is that some of your friends will ask for free stuff all the time when you open a business. And
That's
you
crazy.
being from here, do you have people you went to preschool with being like, hey, man, so can we come down and check the club out and not pay for tickets?
I remember your favorite color
Dude,
from
that's
first grade.
so funny. I'm trying to think my friends have been really good at supporting. Honestly, a lot of my friends, they have kids and they're married and they don't even I don't even see my friends anymore. I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't really see.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like growing up, we used to see your friends all the time, and then as you get older, I don't. They're all kind of busy.
Sure.
So,
with life.
Especially here with how everything's set up in the DMV, it's harder to get together because of all the traffic and the Potomac and stuff. I just feel like moving over here is just difficult.
I feel like I perform for kids at GW a lot.
Oh, really?
I feel like there's a big GW vibe in DC. It's this, because DC always has this new recruit of college kids coming in.
Yeah.
And it's I feel like I'm back in 2005 all over. It's always this. I feel like I'm living Groundhog's Day with the new.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Martin, your mom's Bolivian.
That's
so
right.
When you're a child of immigrants, you moved to the West Coast. When you told your mom, I found this beautiful Bolivian woman, was it kind of game over? They're don't ruin this. This is the one.
I think so. I think there was a lot of excitement. I think oh my God, I got a Bolivian, someone Bolivian I can talk to.
Aww.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Then Matt Rife was your all's best man?
Yes, that was
Sick.
crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. It was 2023 in Vegas.
Nice.
We were lit. And, and we were just having a good time. I mean, it was Matt's birthday. I was already engaged to my wife. And the vibes were high. We're in the green room getting ready to do a show with Matt. And everyone's like, dude, we're in Vegas. You guys should get married.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
And it was kind of this at first it was it was a little bit of a joke. And then people were One guy was like, I'm an officiant. I could do it. and then
John, you would do that.
Absolutely, yes.
And then Matt's like, he tried to sweeten the pot. Like, dude, I'll pay for everything. I was like, all right, let's fucking
Say less. Where should we go?
Well, did you have to give rules on like speeches though? Because I'm always worried about my buddies who'll say the wrong thing trying to be comedians. At least he's an actual comedian.
You know who was there that probably had the biggest cameo of the night? Shout out to Kevin Miles, Jake from State Farm.
Shut up.
Yeah, he was at the wedding too.
Khakis? Was he in uniform?
He was not in
He
khakis,
was not in
probably.
uniform. He's in the group picture, but he was just a cool cameo. It felt like the movie Hangover.
Yeah. Wait, did you
where Mike Tyson shows like, is that Mike Tyson?
Did you know him beforehand, or he just happened to be there?
It's a good friend of the
Okay.
yeah.
That is so
He just happened to be there. Like, my God, that's crazy.
That's how I want my wedding to be. Like,
But you know-
random.
yeah.
And then, like, there's Jake from State Farm.
Well, Sos is from
Tiger.
Pasadena, so you know
Okay.
a little bit white trash.
It is a little way trash.
Well, it's just hard to get all your friends in one room.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, looking back, like, it's just so hard to get all of us, like, because everyone's working.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I see Kevin, on TV more than I see him in person.
Sure.
Like, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that commercial. Cool.
But at least everybody's killing it, talking to a Martin Amini comedian. So it's funny because I know online people call you the Cupid of comedy because you do a lot of like bringing people up on
A
stage.
lot of hooking up.
Did you watch Love is Blind DC?
Yes.
Because we thought it was funny because it'd be like, oh, I'm in Woodbridge, or
Yeah.
I'm in Dundalk, and be like, there's no way
I'm in Baltimore, and I'm
that's
like,
gonna work.
Not the
It's more
DMV.
DMV. It's more not DC proper. I
Yeah.
mean, that's like an ongoing
just the
conversation
states.
that
It's
we've had for
Oh,
the
yeah.
past 20 years.
Yeah.
What the DMV really is.
Where the metro ends.
Well, like my girlfriend lives in Arlington. I'm in Gaithersburg. I'm like, I wish I had known that before because that's basically long distance in this area. Do you know what I
told
mean?
you to move.
I don't want to cross the bridge. The bridge is okay.
I love a good Maryland, Virginia love story.
Do they happen often at your shows?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's like I think it's good for Maryland guys to get out there and
Yes.
expand your dating pool.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the biggest difference you've seen dating wise across the country? Because you do couples or you go
Of
do shows
course.
everywhere. So DC's a little. I'm from Minnesota originally, so I think
Okay.
this area is weird as hell compared to the Midwest.
You're
but
weird.
Yeah. I mean, things were already weird in the DMV, but I think the pandemic did not help
No.
Yeah.
young people, or even any generation. I think social media really messed up people's communication skills.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Which makes comedy shows really cool. Not to plug any comedy shows, but
Do it.
I just think like it's one of the last few places where socially we get together and we
Yeah.
can like have
Yeah.
like be forced to have these like interactions.
Sure.
And but yeah, I would say dating across the board from what I've noticed, people just don't know how to talk to women anymore.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a huge weird but
I
you
can't
know
take it
but
anymore.
I think maybe this show, maybe this episode, maybe coming out to a comedy show, Martin Amini show can help.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, you're going to be April 18th, room 808.
That's
you're going
right.
to be there. So Sos and I have done we do comedy as well. I think comedy is fun because you have people who don't know each other, maybe disagree on everything else, but you don't have to have things in line as long as you laugh, though. And like laughter is kind of
Yeah.
universal. So as long
Right.
as somebody's funny,
Yeah.
it's not like going to see a new band. Because with the comedians, you're not gonna know the jokes unless you
Yeah.
follow them every stop. So I do think it's people don't realize how much it brings folks together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And it's a cool way to laugh, decompress. I think like the DMV could be very stressed out.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
just being on 495, just traffic.
Bruh.
Oh my God, crying.
You're stuck in the office. Everyone's just like, everyone's pretty uptight around here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't notice it
Nuts.
because I grew up here, but then when I left, I was like,
Yeah.
man, like everywhere else is pretty
Yeah.
laid back.
And the driving. Oh my God.
Well, here
I
when
lived in Georgia for like a hot minute, and I was like, wow, we really do suck at driving up there.
But when it rains and folks put on their hazard lights here, I'm like, let me
Yeah.
know you're dumb. Let me know you're dumb.
Yeah.
It's now like if you're changing
I'm like,
lanes,
just
I
go on the
can't.
road.
It's like I see that it's raining. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Thank you.
that is like one of the worst. It's funny. This past, I think last week they announced Kevin Hart's doing a roast on Netflix.
Okay.
He's
Yes.
getting roasted. My thought on that was the roast should be for somebody who needs it, like somebody who's like been a bit on the negative side. Like when Bieber
that's
got
exactly.
roasted, he was
Right.
having the run of like not being he's a
Yeah.
great guy. We've met before, but like he was doing dumb things, and the roast
Yeah.
is like he could laugh at himself.
Yes, and he owned it.
I thought Justin Timberlake should have been like,
Oh yeah.
let me get roasted.
I thought
let
you were
me
going to say
take
TSA workers.
Well,
I thought that's where you were going with it.
no, but I thought Timberlake would been better because he could laugh at himself and then prove he can
Yeah.
take a joke and move on. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I see where you're coming from. Someone that needs a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It could
like
go viral,
yeah,
like the Justin Bieber
or
one.
like Diddy.
I mean, that's gonna be where he's going. He's gonna be roasted for probably all of eternity. You know what I mean? But speaking of TSA, what's your airport of choice in the DMV? Where do you go?
It's DCA, Reagan.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Dulles and those giant tram moving things?
Oh man, Dulles might be the toughest one, but it is. I mean, if you're trying to go international, that's like that's the one.
But it's just so old and scary. It's so dark in there.
It's also so far away.
And that really, Dulles is a great way to test your friendships.
Yes.
Yes,
because if your friend takes you to Dulles, they're like a day one homie.
I'm too afraid to ask though.
But if your friend only wants to take you to like DCA Reagan, like you're casual.
Okay, I'll put you on the red line to go to DCA because my parents will be like, "Hey, we're landing at Reagan at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday." I'm like, "Great, get an Uber because that's gonna take us 3 hours to get back." You know what I mean?
For the first time in the 10 years I've known John, he almost picked him up from the airport last week, and I was like, "What?"
And then of course the flight was delayed.
The flight was
like,
delayed.
This is why I don't do that.
But I got free dinner. So
you're so lucky you don't have to take flights every week like me, man.
Tough life.
Bro.
Oh well, I guess right now with the TSA line.
Yeah, I mean I haven't had too many crazy stories at the airport, but just like being on tour for the past 3 years has just been like I live in an airport, man. Yeah.
But it's got to be so rewarding. I think, again, we've had a chance to see comedians up close the last 10 years with us doing it, and it's a grind. And to see that your stuff's been received across the world, what's that mean? Like, you're again, a child of immigrants, Silver Spring, and now like your comedies.
County,
all across the world. I mean, it's got to be one of the coolest feelings that you can bring people together. And God knows, I always say with our shows, like somebody listening is having the worst day of their life.
Yeah.
Somebody at one of your shows might be having the worst time of their life. But for that hour that you're on stage, they forget about whatever that problem is. And that's real power.
Yeah. I think what I'm most proud of is just being able to move back to the DMV, kind of like what you did, like open up your own, like you have your business in Virginia. Like I think like moving back, growing in the community, being a part, like my wife and I, we want to have I want my kids to go to school here in the DMV.
Sure.
Oh,
I want them to have trauma like me. I want to be able to keep building the DMV and like give the next generation. I started in 2012, which is crazy to think 14 years ago. I was like a young kid in his 20s trying to do like chase his dreams. And just give the next generation of young people. I used to do open mics with Stavros Halkias.
Oh, of course,
So it was like Adam Friedland, Nick Mullen. Like there was a lot of cool people. Young, we're all young.
You're
poor kids
of course.
doing comedy, and like now everyone's doing like big theaters and like taping specials. And
so awesome.
The DMV is a great place to live and do comedy.
But where would you want your kid not to go to high school?
Not
where you want to go, because that's easy. But what high school you're like, listen, I don't know if I like the kids. We'll throw Churchill out there. Yeah, but no Churchill kids in my
Shout
household.
out to Churchill, though, because for those of you who know the DMV or Potomac, my father, he drives an ice cream truck, and he in Potomac, Maryland. He's been doing it for 42 years. And every year, he parks outside of Churchill High School.
Smart man.
And will sell ice cream and shaved ice.
Oh, a smart man.
To all the Churchill Potomac kids. So we got 7 locks, Tuckerman Lane on lock.
I was going to say, your dad picked the best. Potomac. Potomac, Vienna, we'll do.
Well, that was my first car. When I turned 16, my dad was like, well, if we're going to buy you a car, we might as well make a profit. So I started in an ice cream truck.
Shut up.
And
that is so funny.
That's pretty sick.
And it was like, from a young age, I grew up. Like, it was this weird juxtaposition of growing up in Silver Spring, but then working in Potomac selling ice cream with my dad.
Yeah.
And so I remember, like, seeing all these like big houses in Potomac, and my dad's like, one day that's going to be yours. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna live in that house right there. He goes, no, you're gonna sell ice cream to the people in that house.
Hell yeah! I'll give you my route. And there we go. Get you some drumsticks. You guys have like the old SpongeBob ice cream with the eyeballs, the radiation SpongeBob back in the day.
I want one now.
What was the hot seller for the ice cream truck?
Do you remember the WWF bars?
Oh yeah,
That's our generation. But obviously like the faces, the SpongeBob, the cookie sandwich, the chocolate eclair, Potomac gluten-free stuff.
Oh yes, even the wood. Oh yeah, always.
Oh wait, I used to love these bars. Sorry,
I was listening. Sos Google what the bars look like. What it was. Yeah. Also, O's opening day
tomorrow,
which is
or today. Sorry, today.
Oh wow.
Notice we're in a Yankees hat though. I mean, are we not?
I'm in New York this Thursday at the Gotham Comedy Club.
Yeah. You're getting ready.
I'm going to be in New York Thursday, Philly, Friday through Sunday, and but I'm a Commanders guy. Commanders, Wizards, Nats, all that. DMV
Nats
sports.
opening day next Friday.
Yes.
They call it the home opener.
Yeah. But me being a DC sports fan, I feel like that's enough comedy in itself the last couple of years.
A lot of trauma, a lot of depression.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for the Commanders this year. They're very welcoming. That I've been able to go on the field last year. No, it was 2000. What was it? 24. The game where Jay-Z came.
Oh, dope!
I was at that one.
Nice.
It was
going
my
to the
first
show
time.
in New York. He's doing Yankee Stadium 2 nights, right? You try to get tickets for that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like if he's working, I'm like, we're in a recession. That's how you know. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, and I think tickets are like a stupid amount.
I was
of money.
literally just reading an article.
And it's just so crazy because I've aged with Jay. I remember in high school listening to him. I used to be on my grind listening to him. Now I do my taxes listening to him.
The mean streets of Silver Spring, WJ. Listen to Hope. Absolutely. So again, April 18th, room 808. Again, it's very cool to see somebody from the DMV doing it. It. Do you feel like in a way, again, I know Chappelle's the easiest comparison, but do you feel like, I think you're the face of DMV comedy? I think
right now, with the comedy club and the tour, definitely in the DMV, I'm like the face, but there's just so many people you might not even know who's from the DMV that's in LA, New York, doing big things, of course. But happy to represent the DMV comedy scene. It's a great place to do comedy. Like I said, it's a great place to live, man. Mm-hmm. We need to boost the morale up a little bit.
Definitely.
This area needs all the positive morale we could use. Especially with the Wizard season. We gotta try to
that is
just
we gotta support. I mean, the fact that you reached out, it's really cool to see someone in the DMV reach out and especially in the arts or media because even our media needs to be a little bit more elevated.
No, I don't disagree. Yeah, I think there's a lot of talent here that needs to be showcased, and we try to do that at least.
We do.
So we're not the best representation of talent.
I know.
Per se.
I'm
we shouldn't have this show.
I literally oversleep for work.
Well, I mean, I grew up listening to 99 Point. I remember growing up in the car.
It
was you guys were in the rotation. You know how you had program stations?
Just us.
Yeah. You mean number one?
Yeah.
You mean between us
through.
and Baltimore? You're doing Hot 95 and 043.
Well, it's funny because I do think again, people look over. There's a bunch of talent in the DMV that just for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because it's so transplant maybe. And
I think that people think that they're gonna leave. The second that they hit a level that they're never gonna come back.
But I also feel again, being from Minnesota, I know every famous Minnesotan ever, but I feel here because it's Maryland people know Maryland, Virginia's Virginia, DC, but nobody considers it one, which as an outsider seems like maybe that's the thing.
Why can't we get along? Yes, we fight about the crabs, Maryland and Virginia, but
I think it's gonna change. I think it's gonna get better. I'm optimistic. I think the DMV will come together and we will form a big channel one day. Are
you a crab guy, by the way? Speaking of being a Maryland boy? There it is.
That's okay.
No, I think I haven't. I feel like that's more the Chesapeake Annapolis guys.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
I'm more on the Silver Spring, Wheaton Plaza.
Hell yeah!
You go to
go Five Guys. Yeah, that's a Maryland, right? Five Guys are Maryland, I believe.
It's it started in Virginia, but Five Guys.
Yeah. Kava,
mom and pop shop, absolutely.
Yesterday was Maryland Day.
Yeah. No big deal.
No big deal. Casual.
The last thing I wanted to ask, so I mentioned your parents are immigrants, your father's Iranian, your mother's Bolivian. So obviously they worked hard, came over here. When you told them, hey, I'm going to do comedy, was that well received, or was that we don't think that's probably the way to go?
Did you have to leave the ice cream truck to do that?
Yeah, I think most parents, immigrant parents or regular parents, don't want their kids doing comedy, but because I was getting in so much trouble before comedy, they were finally he's getting his life together. And so I do think I was very lucky to have supportive parents. And I have a cousin who does comedy, so I think,
awesome.
And so he was So I think once they saw he was very successful, they're he could do it too.
All right, he can do it.
Yeah,
it'll
he
be
can
okay.
do it.
I mean, you're definitely it's been very cool to see I think it's funny with success. Folks think it happened overnight. You've been doing this for over a decade, but it's cool to see you getting the flowers you deserve.
Absolutely.
It's very
Thank you,
cool.
man.
Yeah,
and it's really cool to be acknowledged by 99. I mean, I grew up. I remember when Hanson was on the radio.
They're still around. They're still doing it. Hanson's still doing the thing. Martin Amini, a pleasure again. If you want to see him, he's going to be at room 808, April 18th. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate this.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys.